What's up, everybody? Dangerella here, and welcome to your Tuesday travel vlog update. And in this travel vlog update, we're going to cover 3 things. We're going to cover tornadoes, Andew WK, and work. Work? Why? Trust me, it's going to be good. Okay, let's get right to it. So, this past Friday night, well, over Friday night to early Saturday morning, I get that iPhone sound, that weather alert, you know, the one that wakes you up, or the one that you hear on the radio that interrupts your broadcast when you try to listen to the radio, that kind. So, it's saying tornado coming. Tornadoes coming through, take shelter, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, is this something I really need to get up out of bed for? And I know this sounds bad when I say it that way. You can yell at me all you want, but trust me, I've seen even flood warnings in Philly and such a time, and it never happens. But they're supposed to give you that warning so that way you can take it serious, take it for serious, and take shelter. Well, I didn't know what to exactly do. I'm thinking, should I get out of bed and go drive Nikki to, there was a nearest Sonic drive-in nearby, and that had a covered shelter. So that way, if something falls, it falls on, you know, the shelter, the roof, and not on Nikki. And for being off the grid, well, I didn't really have much options, or I thought, to work with. And so I have, where I'm parked at a hotel. So you have an open field, you have where the trucks stay, which is where I was parked, and then you have the hotel. Well, I didn't notice until the next morning that they had a valet, and I could have just drove over to that valet. I would have just got my freaking arse up out of freaking bed to do it. But surprisingly, I remained calm, and I looked at my facts and details. I looked at the weather, and I'm like, is this really going to be coming through? And where I'm staying is Franklin, Tennessee, which is about a half hour from downtown Nashville. And so the weather starts picking up, the wind starts picking up. My heart's pounding, and I'm thinking, okay, should I even try? Like, do I even bother to get, or should I just hold my ground? And that's what I did. I held my ground. I stuck through it, and the wind really picked up, as I said, and thankfully, nothing hit us. We just got kind of whipped around. We got the wind whipping, you know, but that's pretty much it. And then a pouring torrential rain. And my cousin Bay said the next day he was out without power. Well, Saturday, he was without power for the day. So let's review what we are supposed to do during a tornado, because I epically failed them all. All right, so what you're supposed to do, here it goes. So, which I also found something interesting, by the way. The times that a tornado can actually hit is between, what do they say, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m., but it can occur at any time. And being that this is Nashville, it can happen anytime and anytime during the year. The tornado season, southern states have the peak tornado season from March through May. Oh, okay. The average forward speed of a tornado is 30 miles per hour, but vary from stationary to 70 miles. And, of course, can strike quickly with little or no warning. Wow, I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky. I'm telling you, I woke up, I was hearing Shelter Me by Cinderella in my head the next day, and I'm Alive by the 69 Eyes. Yeah. So, it was a lot of heavy rain, strong, persistent, it was a lot of heavy, strong, persistent wind. Oof, 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 oof. I am so very glad that, I mean, Nikki held her ground. She's about 3,000 some, I think that was, she's like a 3,000 pound truck, you know. Let's see. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to do. Now, in the fact that we would consider what I'm in as a mobile home, okay? I mean, I have a cab in the back. It's made up like a mobile home. Very basics. Here's what it says that you're supposed to do. Get out. Yeah. Even if your home is tied down, it's not safe as an underground, it's not as safe as an underground shelter or permanent sturdy building. Go to one of those shelters or a nearby permanent structure. So all I guess I could have done was drive Nikki right over to the valet. I mean, it kind of would have helped. Let's see. This is something else. In a house, dorm, and apartment with no basement, you got to go to the center of the room and to the lowest part of the building. And I'm just really giving you the basic. I already knew about the center. You want to get away from windows, so that way you don't get hit by that glass. Yeah, go directly to an enclosed windowless area in the center of a building. That's especially if you're in an office building, hospital, nursing home, or skyscraper. Now, for me, in the open outdoors, if possible, seek shelter in a sturdy building. If not, lie flat and face down on low ground, protecting your head with your arms. Get as far away from trees and cars as you can. They may become flying debris. If you're driving or away from shelter when a tornado warning is issued, get out of the car immediately and take shelter in a nearby building. Never try to outrun a tornado. Never try to make Twister Part 2. No, Gloria, we don't got cows. All right, do not get under an underpass or bridge for protection. Well, that I can, there's two ways I think I can understand why. Because you can have wind that can, you know, can fly up through. It's not it's not an earthquake. See, we think earthquake, I don't know, on the East Coast, I think we only really had to worry about earthquakes if we had any earthquakes come through. I'm from Pennsylvania. We've only had a very mild earthquakes. Mostly it's hurricanes. Hurricanes are the things that we're used to. Okay? We only started to get like a tornado or some, yeah, a tornado recently came through a couple months ago through Philly, or at least through the suburban areas. And if you're caught in your car by extreme winds or flying debris, park the car out of the traffic lances as quickly as possible. Stay in the car with the seatbelt on. Put your head down below the windows. Cover your head with your hands and a blanket, coat, or other cushion if possible. If you can safely get noticeably lower than the level of the roadway, leave your car and lie in that area, covering your head with your hands. Wow. And even they say in a shopping mall or large store, do not panic. Listen for emergency messages. So here's what I did wrong. I stayed put. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe not. Because here's a little bit of conflicting things. I was in a cushioned area. I kind of, I mean, I didn't really hold on. I held on to like the ledge. I was holding on to the ledge, kind of trying to listen and to figure. I did not look out that window. I did not. I did no. I was like, I didn't know what to make of things. I'm like, if I just stay put and remain calm, and I was afraid to travel or drive anywhere, to be honest. There was a couple things that were mentioned, so I failed them all, except maybe staying in a cushioned area. I didn't have a seatbelt because I was in the back of my cab, in my cabin. Wow, so the next morning I did take a look. I looked around for ditches, and I seen one close. It was like a bank. Not like a bank, like you can go get your money. I'm talking about like I don't know, a bank, like with grass. Okay, it's sloped up, and that could have been something I could have went to. Maybe the fact that because I was by an open field, and there was a truck also parked, a big truck parked next to me. Not a big truck, a rig, tractor trailer. There you go. Wow. Oh my gosh. So hopefully you learned something with that. I did, and now we know for the better what to do and what not to do. Some of these things I did know, but you forget. When you don't need to use them, you forget. It's like, crap, I knew a little bit what we were supposed to do. I know what we're supposed to do in an earthquake. I know what we're supposed to do in a hurricane. I don't know what to... The hurricane is kind of like the same thing. You want to get away. I think that's where I get that. You want to move to the center of inside the building because of the windows. That's why people in a hurricane, that's why they board up their windows. Yeah. Okay, so let's get on to the next thing. What's going on with Andew WK? Now, I remember him posting a lot about Kate Dennings, which is surprising. I didn't realize. First of all, I didn't realize she was a part of Two Broke Girls. And then on top of the fact that when I watched WandaVision last season, the first season, I didn't realize that was her, Kate was one of the characters in it. She was working, I think, for part of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. But good for him. Actually, I think it was like back in, was it May or June? Something, he made the announcement. And over the summer, their relationship grew, and he was gushing like a little schoolboy. He was so happy. And I guess they got engaged. I don't think maybe they got married. But I noticed that after they announced a tour, well, they were supposed to be coming through Philly, and then all the dates got canceled, which I'm thinking, oh, that's at this point, it's no new news that, oh, well, canceled. You can figure out why. COVID, pandemic, bleh. We're also like, oh, we all know. It's like we expect. It's like, oh, well, now we know why that, the reason. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, sorry that took like about a minute to describe that. After that, he kind of slowly faded. People were kind of criticizing him on his Instagram to show more about him and music than him and his relationship, because he was just so happy and he's posting, which I gotta see if Kate, if she deleted her social media, or at least that's her Instagram. I just kind of like noticed it. You notice when you haven't seen a friend for a while and you haven't seen anything them post, and you're like, oh, I haven't heard from them. Are they okay? Oh, okay. Well, and then you go look it up. You take the initiative. You be proactive. You're like, okay, did they block me? Holy crap, I can't find anything about them. Yeah. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I wasn't the only one. So his main social medias are gone. They're terminated. They're deleted, well, unless you put them on hiatus. Here's what he does have. Of course, I'm going to know. He does have his YouTube official channel. He still has the music channel on YouTube for his stuff. He has his personal Facebook still up. That's all I know, because I'm still having problems trying to get into my TikTok. So I don't know if you had a TikTok. Honestly, that thing's annoying to me. It's just another extra medium. It's a lot more work. But Twitter, yeah, Twitter's gone. My goodness, yeah, wow, man. I don't know if anybody's tried his phone number, his old phone number, the 212. I'd have to look it up. I have it somewhere, or you can look it up. I'm sure the number's posted. An email. Do I even have? It's like an old email. Does anybody remember if you depending on when you got on board with Andew WK, he had a long, not exactly cryptic, just a long email weird thing. Gosh, that was like 2004. Anyway, and work. Let me quick go over that so that I can tell you good news. All right. So the past 2 days, after work, I worked on my ServSafe certification. Thank you. Another English word that I'm screwing up on. Okay, so I went and I completed that. That's done. But that I set myself up so that if I'm in, when I'm in Vegas and I pick up any work, I have extra badges that will help me get work on Winolo, because they do have like different badges. When you go on the app, you can earn different badges for different things, and I had to pay $15 for ServSafe, well, at least for Nevada, and if I need it for PA, then I just have to get it for PA and so on and so forth. Now for Vegas, so you know, if you do come to work in Vegas, you still have to get a health card. You're gonna have to get a health card. I think it's like $20 right now, USD. If you want to serve alcohol or having to deal with that, you have to get, it's called TAM, T-A-M. T as in Tom, A-M as in Mary, TAM. You got to get it's tobacco, and I forgot what T-A-M, hold on, TAM card. You got to get your TAM card. Las Vegas. So it is, TAM cards, TAM Nevada. The official website, Techniques of Alcohol Management. That's what TAM means. Yeah. Oh, $25. You got to do part of it online, and I think you have to go in and get, I think you do the test and get your card, and it's good for a couple of years. Mine finally expired last year. I never really needed it as much. But yeah, the CES 2022, oh my gosh, where are we? The CES 2022 is coming up, and the idea is if I can pick up work through CES, I will, and then I'm gonna go drive back home. I'm gonna go get my car. I'm gonna go pick up part 2 of my road trip tour and get back to Vegas, and for the colder months, because I could deal with Vegas in the colder months. I hate the heat. I dislike the heat in Vegas, death hot heat. But while in the colder months, in the cooler months, I will make money. I'm definitely trying to get cash in on making that money that I can, and I know Vegas will definitely be able to help me out. And then that way I can put money to things, not only things I need, but get back to traveling, and hopefully by then England would be able to open back up. All the other places, you know, well, let's just say UK, Scandinavia would be, I don't think they're all on the travel ban or travel restriction list right now, but hopefully by then we'll be okay. All right, enough of me yakking. Thank you, everybody. If you haven't already done so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any ideas on, first of all, what's going on with Andew WK, I think because, by the way, I think because he's with Kate. Kate is under the MCU, the Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what it is. I thought it was Marvel Comics. They may, like, she may be under contract, and when you're under a project and stuff, you have to be quiet, because he was posting stuff about being at Disney with Mickey and stuff over the summer. So if you have any clues why he's disappeared, or what your theories are, go ahead, post it below. And if you've had any experiences with a tornado, post it below. And if you have any other great ideas for work apps, let me know. The next one is Insta Work, and I have to work on that one. But that one seems like you need a referrals to be added to your profile. But once you get on board, I guess you get more work. Anyway, I gotta go because we're already at 20 some minutes and I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done so, be sure to watch all the other episodes that I have on Dangerella, whether it be how-tos, comedy skits, hey, even for the updates, all for the variety. All right. Thanks again for watching. As I said it for the third time, we're counting. We can count. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Over and out.